performer of the day is a gentleman by the name of, I will ask my team there to project me the name of Issac. Yes, Issac Mabu is one of our presenters today. Let's bring him on stage. Issac, you're most welcome. Issac is a local poet, a young gentleman with a very beautiful voice. But the message behind that, that's what matters to us. Welcome with an applause, Issac Mabu.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. So as you can see, here's my flag. The reason I'm holding this flag is so somebody can take a picture of me with their phone and send it to our WhatsApp group so I can post it on WhatsApp. Otherwise, most importantly, just a moment. Yeah, so. I was saying, otherwise, most importantly, this flag tells a story. I left the Congo when I was 17, a month shy of my 18th birthday. I am not quite a refugee, so I don't get as much glory as Henry does. However, when I came here, my purpose was to study, get a degree, which thankfully I did. But then when you come here, there's a lot you're exposed to, especially as an 18-year-old boy. And now we get to grow up. My most beautiful blessing, the thing I'm most thankful for in the almost 8 years that I've been here is the chance to encounter such great people. You know, when Henry was up here, I could only hear him, I could only listen to him speaking, how larger than life he is. And when I was almost embarrassed to think that I could complain about anything when I see him after everything he's been through, stand here and uplift people so gracefully. So next time I ever want to complain, I'll think of Henry and I'll be fine. But so much more than to think of him is to emulate him. So much more than to be inspired by him is to replicate his success, stand on his shoulder, and walk in the path that he cleared for us all. That is why I'm here this morning. You know, moments ago I mentioned that it's possible to think about your own struggles and then lose sight of how beautiful your life is when you think of all those emotions and things that just happened. And sometimes, of course, obviously, most people go through a lot in life, but then you think of this experience. And it is true that our minutes do hasten, but in that haste, there is something that grounds us. There is purpose, there's community. So the title of my poem is, actually no, it's not so Do Our Minutes Hasten. I just forgot to tell them the title. The title is Come Home, Sweetheart. So it's a dialogue almost. It's about a daughter who went on her own. Just for all of my Christian folks, think of the prodigal son. Picture the story of the prodigal son who left his home to find something that he could not find, only to realize that the very things that he needed, everything he ever needed, was at the feet of his father. And he returned. So it is just that with my performance too. Come home, sweetheart is the words of the father toward his daughter when she returns. So without further ado, I will go. So do our minutes hasten, as does our glory, as does our quest for glory ascend. Glory dressed as warmth in our eyes, glory clothed with a smirk in deep reflection. Glory that at times resembles vanity. Glory that supersedes uncertainty at its existential crossroads. quest which conceals our blessings, pursuit that numbs our contentment, thirst that is at times unquenchable, hunger that is never satisfied, longing that captivates our gaze, yearning that is unrelenting, path in which we travel believing there is a destination, road we take to the fault of losing ourselves. What if all this was simply an illusion? A fleeting oasis in this desert of soul searching? What if this was but a dream, a tantalizing inclination toward a promise that cannot be fulfilled? What is it that beckons the brave toward an unforeseen future? What desire supersedes all sense of fulfillment in this present day? What is that palace that outshines the lighthouse that holds the very beds we sleep onto at night? What is that flamboyance we have ceased to behold in favor of this elusive ambition? Darling, it was always here. Your palace, your castle, the force that grounded you, the hand that held you. You ventured toward unknown terrain to search for the majesty that was well within your walls. You endeavored to conquer the land that never sought you. Your soul was stirred by a mountain that would not call your name. The devil whispered into your ear, telling you he was holy. I look into your eyes, telling you, come home, sweetheart. Thank you.
What a performance. Let's give him another hand of applause. And remember his performance. That was Issac Mabu. So at the end, you're going to bring him back again on stage to make sure that you vote for him. You know, you have to memorize that. You have to know that these guys come and perform. And most of the time when poets speak, their language is not as direct as you can think. Sometimes when you hear them saying sweetheart, you think of somebody you love, you know? Maybe for them they think of something completely different.